And so we are going to begin. We are going to start with none other than our signature tune by Lerato Shida. All right, so enjoy.
We are the unicorn. We are the stars. In it to win it. 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 Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one hope, bringing solution, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars. In it to win it, in it to win it, to win it. In it to win it, in it to win
The next stop is on passive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Queen Lerato Shadari. Really appreciate that wonderful song, In It to Win It. All right, so moving right along, we will be now going into our first presentation, and of course, that will be done by our very own wonderful, beautiful young lady. I've been here now for maybe almost 3 years, or stepping into 3 years of presenting right here on Deep Dive. Of course, right, she is definitely an entrepreneur. She is the author of 4 books. Yes, you heard me right. 4 books. Very renowned international speaker, and of course a transformational speaker. All right, and she's a life coach, um, and she's also a TV talk show host, right? Published author, and of course, she has her own Discovering You magazine, and that magazine is available for everyone. It is free. The for those of you who are presently on YouTube, if you just check your description, you can just click on the link in the description for that Discovering You magazine. And as did I say it's free? Yes, it's free. So check it out. And if you want articles to be placed in here, just check with that one and only beautiful, wonderful, illustrious woman that is going to be speaking shortly, and she will let you know exactly how to go about doing that. You can also place ads in that magazine, so please consult with her, and she will also help you with that. But did I say the magazine is free? Yes, it's a monthly issue, and of course it is free. So just click on the link, subscribe, and you would be good to go. So without any further ado, we are going to turn over to the editor and chief for Discovering You magazine, our one and only, none other than Queen Dr. Tunishai Ford. Over to you, Queen Dr. T.
All right, all right, all right. Dr. Derek, you are hired. Marketing, PR, publicist, you are hired. I love it. Hey, I would tell you like you always tell me, as soon as I get my money from On Passive, hey, I'm paying you. Love it. I am so honored. Thank you so very much for just allowing me to be on this platform. Again, it's a privilege. And I hope that tonight will uh, touch your lives. This topic will touch you like it has touched me because I think it's very pertinent that we understand what I'm going to share with you all tonight. My topic tonight is 8 ways to be happy and be your best authentic self. Let me repeat that. 8 ways to be happy and be your best authentic self. I chose this topic because I think we live in a time where people are very fake. And they're more so fake to themselves than they are to anybody else because they don't know how to be honest with themselves because they're so busy trying to please other people. And I believe that from the moment that we're born, we're wired to seek connection. This is how God made us. And that comes with a subtle or either a non-subtle craving to be liked, accepted, and praised. But what's the problem with that sometimes? When you live your life according to what others expect, you start losing touch with what you expect from yourself. Let me repeat that. When you live your life according to what others expect, you start losing touch with what you expect from yourself. I want you to ponder on that for a minute. Ponder on that statement. When you stop living for other people's approval, you start living for yourself. So I have 8 mindset shifts that I want to share with you today, 8 of them. Okay, this will help you let go of the fear of judgment and create a life that feels lighter, freer, and genuinely yours. There's a quiet kind of freedom that comes when you stop caring what other people think about you. Now, I'm not talking about being reckless by saying I don't care what you think of me. I'm not saying that. But in a grounded, intentional way, a way that says I know who I am. I know who I am. And I don't need to change myself for your approval. I choose peace over performance. But let's be honest, sometimes that is not always easy. When you think about that, what I'm saying to you right now is not something that's always easy to do, because if that be the case, we all will be walking in our authenticity. And as you already know, that is not a statement of truth. That's not true all the time. But here's the truth. Not caring what others think is not about becoming cold, detached, or arrogant. That's not what it's about. It's about reclaiming your energy and living in alignment with your values. So here are 8 simple ways to begin the process and create a happier and more authentic life in the process. So let me share with you now the first 4. This is a 2-part topic. And I'm going to share with you the first 4 ways to be happy and become your authentic self. Number one, start with self-awareness and not rebellion. Start with self-awareness and not rebellion. Some people misunderstand the art of not caring. There's an art to not caring. But they confuse it with defiance. I'm not talking about being defiant, but I'm talking about pushing against other people's opinions just to prove a point. Okay, you don't want that. When you're defiant, you start pushing against other people's opinions just to prove a point. And that still means that you're being controlled by them. When you're trying to push against people's opinions, that means they are still controlling you. And that's not what you want. You want to have the right view. And what is that? Seeing clearly rather than reacting blindly. Let me repeat that. You want to have the right view. And what is that? When you're seeing clearly rather than reacting blindly. The goal isn't to resist others, it's to return to your authentic self. The goal isn't to resist other people, it's to return to yourself. So, number 1, start with self-awareness and not by being rebellious. So, if you really want to start being your authentic self and being healthy, start with self-awareness. Who are you? Who do you want to become? Who do you see yourself? But not in a rebellious way. It's not about bucking against people's opinion and trying to outdo people or trying to make it seem like you're going to be defiant and you want to be arrogant and all that kind of stuff. It's not about all that. It's about being who you truly are, seeing clearly than rather than reacting blindly. That's number 1. Start with awareness and not rebellion. Number two, if you're taking notes, and this is so important, understand that people's opinions of you are often about them and not of you. I wonder if you ever thought about that. Understand that people's opinions are not often about you, it's about them. It's how they see themselves. Most of the time, people aren't really seeing you. They're seeing you through the lens of their own insecurities, their own projections, and their own beliefs. Like, for example, let's say that you're working a 9 to 5 job, and you're one of those people who are very innovative, you're assertive, you're a go-getter, and you like your job, and you always come up with great ideas. And you may have a coworker who's always criticizing your ideals. Think about this. Maybe they're afraid of being outshined. That's the reason why they're criticizing you, because they're afraid of being outshined. They're afraid of being. If they say you're making them look bad because you're doing more than them because you're more innovative than they are. So they always express negativity around you when it comes down to your ideals. That's how they feel about themselves. Okay, that's what they're doing. They feel that way about themselves because they know they could be doing better. So instead of exalting you and encouraging you, they put you down. That's their opinion of themselves. Or you may have a family member who looks at you. You're the only person in the family who does not see you for who you are. They just don't get you. Values and look at how you're trying to become and how you're trying to become a better person, and they're always finding fault with that. They think that you're rebellious. They think that you're just trying to have your own way. They think you're trying to shine all the time. They just don't see it. In actuality, they're the family member who is just not, they just don't feel good about their lack of achievements. So therefore, when they see you thriving, they want to be critical of that. But don't ignore people's opinions because sometimes it's okay to listen to people's opinions, but you want to be able to filter out what is good and what is not good, what applies to you and what does not apply to you. Okay, so don't take anything personally. So if you truly want to be authentic, if you truly want to be happy, understand that people's opinions are not often about you, it's about them. And when you can learn to get through that challenge and not to take things personally, then you'll be well on your way to being your most authentic self. So, number two, understand that people's opinions are often about them and not about you. Number three, practice radical honesty with yourself first. Wow. Practice radical honesty with yourself first. If you want to stop caring what others think, you have to be real about what you think about yourself. Wow, I just said a mouthful. Let me say that one again. If you want to stop caring what others think, you have to be real about what you think about yourself. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? What do you see? Do you find yourself being critical of yourself, or do you see yourself saying, I'm a fine person? You know you have faults. We all have faults. But do you capitalize and you just emphasize your faults and your shortcomings, or do you see the fantastic, phenomenal person that you truly are? And you are truly fantastic and phenomenal. All of you are. But do you see that? But do you always see yourself as being self-critical? You either have a lower opinion of yourself, therefore you see the other people. You may think other people also have a lower opinion of you. So how do you see yourself? You gotta be for real with yourself. Be radical about your honesty. Okay? Now it's not about what sounds good. It's not about getting applauses, but it's actually about being true to you. That means asking yourself these questions. What do I actually want? What do I want from myself? What do I want from others? What do I want? What would make me happy? What would make me satisfied? What would make me feel peaceful? Those are the things you want to ask yourself. What matters to me beyond image and status? What's important to me? Is my image and my status what's important to me? Or is it my authenticity that's important to me? Am I living by those truths or just talking about them? These are the things you should be asking yourself. It's time to start being honest with yourself. And when you can start being radically honest with yourself, I mean, looking in the mirror and say, you know what? I like myself or I don't like myself. I don't like what I see. And if that be your confession, then start to working on that. Start working on that. Don't ignore it. Don't replace your low self-esteem or your low self-image with things. You're trying to build up your financial your bank account and think that make you a better person, or looking in the mirror buying designer clothes and make you feel like you feel better about yourself because of your image and your status. Try to keep up with the Joneses. That's not authenticity. So again, if you truly want to be happy and you want to be your best authentic self, practice radical honesty with yourself first. The word of God tells us, he said, how can you see, this beam, this beam in somebody else's eye? You see this big old thing hanging out somebody else's eye, but you can't see the beam hanging out your own. You can't see your own fault. It's time for you to start being authentic, being for real with you. You have faults, work on them. And if you find yourself in a position where you find it challenging, that's when you seek help. but you don't want to stay the way you are when you know there's time for change. Nobody can be more real with you than you. And when you do that, you'll be well on your way to being happy, being at peace, and being your best authentic self. That's number three. Practice radical honesty with yourself first. And the last one that I want to share with you today is create more than you consume negative factors. Let me repeat that. You want to create more than you consume negative factors. We live in a culture where we're always comparing ourselves with some certain people's lifestyles and public opinion because it can make us feel like it's impossible to escape the weight of how other people see us. That's something that we always just do. Is we just find ourselves comparing ourselves and we looking for that approval. But let me give you an antidote. Let me give you a very, very simple antidote that you may not have ever heard of before. This is a time to start to create. Yes, start creating. Start writing, building, create a recipe or something. Start dancing. Get look, put the music on and just move. To your favorite beat. Just however you want to do it. Just be good, be happy that day, and share your story. Share your story. Make something meaningful, not for praise, because it's a reflection of who you are. That's what you want to do it for. You want to do something that's meaningful because it's a reflection of who you are. Because you're not trying to please other people. So create. Write something, write in your journal, write a book, build something. Some of you have ideas, begin to build it. Cook. Let some ladies, or even men, like to get in the kitchen and just create recipes. Cook, create, dance, move. Share your story. Write it down, create a book. Okay, do that. The more times you spend in a creative flow, the more times that you're in a creative flow, the less time you spend worrying about how people look at you on the outside. Let me say that again. The more time you spend in a creative flow is the less time you spend worrying about how you look from the outside. Creation connects you to your essence, but consumption disconnects you from it all. So negative consumption reconnects you from it all. So you want to do that. You want to be able to create. This is the time for you to start being creative and going inside of yourself, finding out who you are and not being concerned with other people see on the outside. So I just gave you four mindsets, four things, four ways to be happy and be your authentic self. And they are number one, start with self awareness and not rebellion. Number two, understand that people's opinions are often about them, they're not about you all the time. Number three, you want to practice radical honesty with yourself first. Be honest with you. Look in the mirror and say, who do you see there? Be honest with yourself first. Number four, create more than you consume negative factors. If you just start right now with these four ways to being happy and being your authentic self, you'll be on your way to realizing who you can become and by being the best version of yourself. This is who you created. God created you to be. God created all of us to be authentic. We're all unique individuals. And we should not try to be anybody else but who we are. So put these four things in practice. And I believe that you'll be on your way to feeling happier and more authentic. My name is Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Oh, mercy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, we need all connect to give that round of applause. Oh my goodness, wonderful. Thank you very that was definitely a $500 per person type of presentation. Definitely, not less. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate. Queen Dr. T. Thank you very, very much. Queen Violet, you have your hand up.
Yes,
Hmm.
I don't like my authentic self. I'd like to change it, but I don't know how.
Okay,
There's,
Queen Dr. T, how do you change to an authentic self?
Well, you know what, Violet? That's a good question. First of all, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he made a very profound statement. before you can make a change in any area, you have to first realize there's an issue, there's a problem. So you've already admitted that there's a
Uh,
problem, that you don't really like
yes.
yourself. Okay.
Well, my problem is that I've been told I speak before I think. I should think first because some of the stuff I say is um, taken, well, a lot of times it's taken the wrong way.
Okay. So that's the thing that stands out the most with you.
Yes. And
Okay.
when my ex was around, I would um, I would sound things off of him, like tell him what I want to say, and then he would correct me and find a better way to say it. But he's not around anymore.
Okay. First of all, Violet, do you believe that's true? Do you believe that you say things do you believe that you speak before you think? Is that a
Yes,
statement of truth?
yes,
Okay, so therefore you're admitting to everyone here on this platform that that's an issue with you. Okay,
yes,
so
it
now
is.
who controls your mouth?
Me,
Okay, you control your mouth. Okay, so now where do your words come from? Where do those thoughts come from? Your mind. Okay, you've got to learn to allow your mouth and your mind to become on one accord. But let your mind lead, not your mouth. All right.
um,
Remember now, you want to treat people and speak to people the way you want to be treated and spoken to. So think about if someone were to say to you what you say to them, would that be hurtful to you? Would you misinterpret what they're saying? Because we all let me just say this: we all fall short in that area one way or the other. Because I'm pretty sure everyone on this platform has said something before we thought about saying it. Because often again, that goes back to one of the things I just taught you. Okay, we just find ourselves being misunderstood. Okay, people don't understand us because we're letting our own insecurities and our own projections, our own beliefs. What you're doing, you're projecting. So a lot of times when you speak before you think about it, you're only conveying what you're feeling. You're conveying what's inside of you. So in order to grow with that, that comes from oftentimes, I don't know how often you get in your word. I don't know how often you read. I don't know how often you pray. But that's the time that you need to allow God to show you who you are. Like you said, admit your faults and continually submit that to Him because He's the only one that can help you with those faults. You cast those cares upon Him because
yep.
He cares. He's the one that
Oh,
can change you. Because if you try to do it in your own strength, if you try to do it in your own will, you'll never change. But the first thing you did was admit, yes, that is an issue for me. I'm guilty of that. But this is you to take this to Holy Spirit and say, look, you know what? This is a serious fault. And I submit this to you. I need for you to, when I get ready to say something, before I think about it, I need for you to say, like your husband. God wants to start being your husband. He wants to start being that one to remind you to begin to think before you open up your mouth and say something. Because a lot of times what we say, words do hurt. People always say sticks and stones,
I
they break my
but
bones, but words do hurt, especially if you don't mean to
I I
hurt somebody.
I don't say things to hurt people. It's how they understand what I said.
Okay, but if somebody misinterprets what you're saying, then maybe you are saying it in such a way that they misinterpret it. Okay, you have to remember that. It's all about communication. Communication is so
Yeah,
important, Violet. How we
yes,
communicate. That's how we can flow. That's how we can be on one accord. How can we walk together unless we agree? If I don't understand what you're saying to me, if I'm always misinterpreting what you're saying to me, we can't flow together. So you may not mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but you have to watch what you say. You have to work on that. I know, like
yeah,
sometimes Tony and I, Queen Tony and I were very close, and sometimes Tony will have to correct me. I'm just being transparent because she'll say something I may be condescending, and I don't like that word, being condescending, or whatever it may be. And sometimes I say things that are hurtful. Okay, and I have to
yeah,
watch myself. I have to come back and apologize and ask God to help me in that area because somebody's pointing out to me this is not a good look for you. This is not attractive, Dr. T. You want to work on that area. So if people are telling you that you have a flaw and you admit it yourself, that means that you can't do it in your own strength. That means that you need help. That means that you need to submit that to God. And I mean, really submit that to Him and allow Him to change you from the inside out. And if that,
Working on that.
go ahead.
I'm working on that, taking time out to spend time with him and have him speak to me. He speaks to me. It's just that time he didn't. After I said it, it was like, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. And
There you go.
and yeah, okay,
I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. If it's something that you really want, it's not, it's not something going to happen overnight because it didn't take overnight to become this way. So it may not be an instantaneous thing, but as you continue to submit that to Him, you'll find yourself being less and less guilty of that.
okay, okay. I'm trying hard.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, 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 yeah. As soon as I said it, I knew they're going to take it the wrong way, and I couldn't figure out how I could say it so that they would accept what I was saying, and then just keep your mouth shut. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I'm learning that. I'm learning that. Thank you very much.
Hmm.
Exactly. It wasn't. It wasn't. Um, I have a friend who had some serious surgery and is now living with her parents um, because she can't take care of herself properly. And it was like surgery on her neck and her back, like her whole spine was opened up. And they weren't going, she had like a 2% chance of living. Um, but after much prayer and supplication and all that, she's still around and has uh, gone to school to become a pastor. And she's, like she helps a lot, like I mean a lot. And I said to her, I said, so what happened to your husband? Because he's not living with her at her parents' place. And she says, well, he has to come and visit me. And we spend time together that way. And me, stupid me, said, uh, so do you get together? And she said, what do you mean? And then I blurbed out, do you have sex together? And she kind of said, I'm not answering that question. And then later on had a little chat with me that that was none of my business and blah blah blah. But I didn't mean it as having sex. I meant it as getting really close together, like, touchy feely stuff. But it came across all wrong. And so, of course, I've been told many times, well, from her, and to mind my own business, basically. I really wasn't asking about sex. I was more touchy-feely stuff because, I mean, um, because uh, probably it would be important to me. No, 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 not her being important. My being, if my husband wasn't around and he had to come and spend time with me, it would be important to me to be touchy feely. Um, it's I don't know how to explain it. I just wanted her to be happy. Good question. I'll have to think about that.
Hey, Dr.
No, no, I understand that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. None of my beeswax. None of my beeswax. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to start. Darn right. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. You guys are darlings. That's why I come here.
Wonderful presentation. The points that you made are very valuable. I know they made me think. And even in the area of practicing radical honesty with myself, and I know too, I have a tendency to fly off the handle at times, and Dr. T is always having to correct me. But I thank God for friends and some family members. And I think it's most important to be around people who will let you know when there's a dark side or there's a blind spot in our lives, being honest enough to point it out to us so that we can be honest enough to do something about it and work on it. And I know for years I would pray and ask God to put a watch before my mouth. And in doing so, I will certainly do that. And, but hopefully I can get to at least 50 before before I and I can honestly say I've come a long way, but I have quite a way to go as well. And I thank God for Dr. T sharing that because I find that every every time she presents is something more that we have to consider and work on. And I thank God for the growth that's even coming through deep dive. And it's a shame so many people miss all the wonderful information that our speakers have to offer us. But thank you, Dr. T. I really appreciate your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And so a lot of people don't believe that self-development is really necessary, right? And that's why people don't read. That's why people would not attend these awesome master classes or our presentation because there's no money to get. All right. And so to take time out of their busy schedule, it just not going to happen. So it's just a person's mindset. And that is why mindset is very important because it's mindset based on how you live, how you earn, how you you know your movements in day-to-day activities. A lot of persons don't know that mindset has everything to do with our being, and that is the problem. So this is not very important. This would not be very important to the majority, really and truly. All right. Unfortunately, but all of us, I'm learning by and by to count to 77. It's a long process. All right. Especially when you think you have a burning question, or you think that you have a burning statement to make. But this is coming from a lady who is 108. All right, or who was. She died now, of course. But this is coming from a lady who lived 108. So she have a little experience and she have a lot of wisdom, I can say. So just count 77 and you'd recognize that, a lot of things that you would say, you really end up though saying them because you realize it not really all that important anyways, really and truly. So try it, everyone, try it. 77, count to 77 before you respond, or before you ask a question, or before you make a statement. Count to 77. Thank you very much, uh, Queen Pastor Tony. Yes, Queen Roslyn.
Okay, I'm saying good night to each and everyone. I was thinking Violet was telling herself guilt stalk now, so maybe that's why she's asked her that question. Visitor and little guilt stalk. So maybe that is why I thought, guilt stalk, talking chatty chat. So maybe I could be wrong, but I think it's guilt stalk.
As your spin, Queen Roslyn. All right, wonderful, wonderful. Only she can tell us. But just count to 77. Let us count to 77. Tell you that helps. That helped me. I can tell you. I wasn't always patient. Um, I too, you know, used to fly off the handle very easily. but counting to 77 really helped me. All right. And so I believe that wisdom from my great grandmother Dingy will help all of us. All right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Rosin. We really appreciate. Queen Dr. First Lady Benny.
Thank you so much.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Pretty smile
Good.
lady.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to this astonishing webinar. I just want to welcome each and everyone. Thank you, King Dr. Derek, for giving me this opportunity just to speak up my mind. Well, I don't have to talk too much, but I want to, first of all, thank our God for bringing all of us together this evening. Because of the gift of life that he has given us these days, bringing all of us together this evening, I just want to say, as this webinar, which the webinar has already begun, we appreciate to invite each and everyone's presence among all of us. I want us to bless, or I'm blessing, I just want God to bless our speaker for tonight. Also the participant, every moment that our speaker shared to us. May this day be filled with wisdom, insight, and inspiration. We want to thank our Queen Dr. T. Ford for this topic. Something to make me happy? Oh man, the ways for me to get happy. I just want to be happy, in fact. But this one that they say pay attention to pattern your behavior and thoughts. I will do that. I will do that. I will do my best and reflect with judging. And it says that you should avoid criticizing yourself when you notice your faults. I want to thank our Queen, Dr. Tiford. Thank you so much for this topic. And we hope next week you will proceed. I just want to thank each and everyone as well. Thank you, King Dr. Derek, for the opportunity.
All right, wonderful. Thank you very much. Really appreciate, really appreciate. All right, so moving right along into our second segment, second presentation, and of course, definitely has to do with cyber security. There are approximately 5 billion persons that is on the World Wide Web, whether checking their email, checking their social media status, purchasing something online, making a payment online, paying a bill, or sending money to someone. Whatever persons are doing, more, as I said, 5 billion with a B, persons are doing that now today online. And so therefore, this is something that needs to be addressed. How do we secure ourselves online? How do we secure ourselves on the World Wide Web? Because there's not much policing that is really being done. With so many people online, there's not many policing that's being conducted online. And this is a very, very heinous, serious crime. All right. So, the little old lady that a person scam out of $2,000, not a major, high risk, so to speak, so that the crime police or persons who deal with crime online, because they have bomb threats to be dealing with, right? So your $2,000, go deal with your bank. See if your bank can deal with that. All right. So therefore, my great grandmother Dingy always say prevention is better than cure. So for the past 3 years plus, this lady has been have dedicated herself to be actually addressing that issue, because yes, it is a big issue. You know, and you can secure yourselves with little things to do to secure yourself. So none other than our one and only um, doctor that has her doctorate in cybersecurity. So she's not speaking from a wishy-washy point of view, but most definitely fully educated, right up to the tippy top of education, um, in respective to where cybersecurity is concerned. Not only that, but she also worked in the field. So that's something she did 10 years ago, and she now forget about it, so to speak, is something that she is actually doing on a daily basis. And so please um, put up your antennas, pay particular attention to what our First Lady, beautiful, illustrious, wonderful Queen, Dr. Benny. Over to you.
Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek, for this. Thank you for this, for giving me the opportunity. I applaud you making each and everyone to understand that we have approximately, actually 5.5 billion people utilizing the internet, which is approximately 68% of the world population utilizing this internet. Despite the fact that they are utilizing the internet, I believe they need to be careful when it comes to the hackers. So today, I am going to talk about mobile application security, which is the 2024, despite the fact that we're in 2025. Mobile application security, actually, it refers to the technology, right? Queen Rosalind, the technologies and the security procedures that will protect mobile application against the cyber attacks and the data theft. As we all know, things are happening out there. All in one mobile apps or application security, the framework will automate what the mobile application security testing the platform, okay, of Android and the rest, right? Android phones and iPhones as well. Within that, we have like a zero trust security framework. When it comes to this mobile application in 2024, they're increasingly adopting the zero trust model, where no one or the devices that we are using, right, is automatically trusted. Every access, right, the request must be continuously verified. Everything has to be verified. In order, when you verify, you reduce the risk of unauthorized. By me talking about unauthorized, it means I don't authorize you. I did not authorize you, let me say, to touch this, all right? But you have hackers touching it without your approval. So that's what I mean. Just give me a minute. Let me, I don't know, someone is in here. Okay, no problem. Give me a minute. Let me share you my screen. When it comes to this, I'm going to give you an overview of what is going on. Thank you so much. Okay. I believe you all can see this, right? So for mobile application security expert, ensuring security on mobile devices and mobile application is a top priority, right? However, we do have developers, right? Developers and mobile users, like you and I, still have room now to improve into the field of mobile application security as the threat setting is growing larger by the day, right? So while the end users can take some steps in order to protect sensitive data on their devices, such as avoiding unprotected public Wi-Fi and setting up multi-factor authentication for developers. A more complex task, what it does, it lies ahead. Okay, let me increase this. Hopefully, you guys can see well, right? Okay. All right, cyber attacks today, they're highly classic and demand constant monitoring due to what? Large number of unknown or emerging threat. Now, such threat now requires what? Additional attention in order to develop a detection and prevention solution that will hinder the attacker's chances of what? Making further progress. So the keyword that needs to be in mind are a proactive approach to mobile application security, as well as being alert in order to suppress the emerging threat efficiently. So for mobile application security expert, ensuring the security of the device and the application is what the top priority, right? So mobile application security threat. Leveraging, we do have 4 of them. One is leveraging artificial intelligence to scale the social engineering attacks by targeting what? Mobiles, our phones. Now, with the advancement of artificial intelligence, cyber criminals out there, they're increasingly turning into artificial intelligence power tools in order to compose sophisticated social engineering attacks, targeting what? You and I, our users. Since we are all using mobile phones, those hackers or the cyber criminals, they're targeting us seriously. So these attacks often involve highly convincing and personalized messages designed to deceive you and I. I know that I've been telling you about this, right? They deceive us, not disclosing sensitive information or downloading malicious application. Now, as artificial intelligence continues to change or evolve, now it becomes crucial for security professionals to deploy advanced artificial intelligence detection and mitigation technique to evade such attacks effectively. This is done by protecting both the mobile app, front end and back end. Now, in such instances, the RAS technology has proven to be what? A trustworthy ally for mobile apps protection by triggering the notification warning or terminating the mobile app at once in case a suspicious activity is detected. They will terminate it, right? So, mobile app phishing attacks. You all know I have been emphasizing on phishing emails, right? So the phishing attacks now, it target the mobile application that has been taken a deceptive turn with what? The rise of fake push notification. Cyber criminals mimic what? The legitimate app notification in order to lure you and I into clicking into a malicious link. As I have been informing you guys that if a link is being sent to you, you don't know who that individual is, and they are forcing you to click on those link, do not do it. Providing login credential, because when they ask you, when they send you that link, right, the malicious link, now they will be asking you for you to provide them with your login information. Thereby, they will gain authorized now, right? Access now into your sensitive data. Be very vigilant, my brothers and sisters. A phishing attack is a type of cybercrime where attackers attempt to deceive you and I, individuals, in order to reveal the sensitive information such as what? Password, credit card numbers, or bank account details. So this is typically done through what? Fraudulent email. I've been informing you guys. Text messages, yes, they do text me. Or website that appears to be from a legitimate source. Now, the goal is to trick you and I, victims, into providing their personal data or downloading the malware, which can lead to identity theft or financial loss. Yes. Now, to encounter this trend, developers should implement secure push notification mechanism, utilizing the two-factor authentication and conduct a regular security audit, educating users like you and I about the risk associated with unsolicited push notification and advising them not to verify the sender information is crucial. Now, the application permission controls, monitoring for abnormalities and updating the app regularly help what? To maintain a strong defense against evolving threat. Growing reliance on monitoring threat data for crafting a mobile application security strategy. In 2024, the importance of the real-time monitoring and analysis of the threat data cannot be overstated in crafting an effective mobile application security strategy. Now, by continuous monitoring is very important, not only of what I am presenting today. Now, at my job as well, we do continuous monitoring, okay? Intelligence feed and analyzing the data from security incidents when incidents occur not only here, but within an organization, as proactively identifying the emerging threat and the vulnerabilities specifically to the mobile application. Now, this proactive approach enables timely patches of vulnerabilities and the implementation of targeted security controls to fortify the mobile app defenses against evolving cyber threat. Now, as mentioned, cyber criminals are moving forward and they are fast, right? Growing. They are constantly inventing all kinds of different tools now to hook or route users' devices to overcome basic setting and gain as much as information, right, in order to hurt all of us. Now, this is why some of the engineers are constantly tracking new hacking tools that can also manipulate users' behavior within the application, right? All right. Now, you have stringent regulations for mobile security, right? The regulation landscape surrounding the mobile application security will witness the significant shift, which was in 2024. Do not worry, 2025 is, we are here, but I just wanted to start in 2024. Now, with the government, as you know, the federal government, the state government, and the regulatory bodies imposing what? The stringent requirements to what? To enhance the data protection, the privacy in mobile apps. Now, compliance with the geo-specific regulation, it tends not to get complicated because you, as an app maker, will have to make sure that the mobile application complies with different regulations of all countries where your app is being utilized. So, we do have 3 elements in which, in order to discuss next time, but with this, you have the flexibility in terms of creating various security model application into various countries. Now, a quick and effective way of demonstrating that app is compliance with specific countries' regulation. Every country, they do have their regulations. Just like every companies within the government, everybody, they have their policies, written policies and procedures based upon whatever they want to use within that company. Our CEO, this company, they had their own written policy as well that you and I, we did follow. I mean, some of us did, right? Some of us follow. I talked about the zero trust and now an increased use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, which we have been talking about that. They're being widely used now in order to dictate the anomalies, right? So based upon the enhancement of the biometrics authentication, the mobile apps now, they are moving beyond the basic password and the fingerprints, which you all know about, scanning to incorporate the multimodal biometrics, including the facial recognition. Some companies are using that. Voice analysis, some companies are using that. But a lot of companies are using fingerprint. So in conclusion of this, the landscape of mobile app application or security is evolving, or should I say changing. And the developers now, they must stay ahead of the emerging threat in order to ensure the safetiness and the privacy of you and I, the users. Now, by adopting the best practice throughout the development, the life cycle, and staying informed, about the latest security trend, the mobile app, the developers can now build the resilience application that will withstand the challenges of that 2024 that just passed. Now, the landscape of this mobile application security in this is marked by rapid innovation, hiding what? The threat awareness. There's always an awareness, right? And the growing emphasis of the privacy and trust. Now, with the cyber threat becoming more and more complex, and the mobile apps serving as a gateway to sensitive personnel, and what? To corporate data. Security can no longer be an afterthought. Thank you so much, my brothers and sisters. Cybersecurity is very important. Mobile application, we should be very careful with the cyber criminals. Thank you so much. Queen Violet.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Of course, First Lady, Queen, Dr. Benny. Awesome. Go ahead, Queen Violet.
Okay, I am getting every day, if not once, at least 2 or 3 times, that my cloud, whatever that is full, and I am going to lose my pictures and blah, blah, blah if I don't renew it. I don't think I have any cloud stuff, and everyone I've showed this email to has told me this thing that they want me to click on doesn't look real, so just delete it. So that's what I'm doing. Every day I delete this thing, like, I don't know, 3-4 times a day, and they're still sending it to me.
Thank you so much. And I'm happy that you're listening to your friends, that they're telling you not to click. Some of them, they're sending, well, before I answer you, I will come back to you, Queen Antoinette.
I know on my phone, I'm getting all these spam calls and things. And so how do you stop them? Because I call, I'll while they're going, I'll identify them as spam. And even though I identify them as spam, somehow or another they keep coming through.
With another phone number, a different
Yeah,
phone number.
Uh, to tell you the truth, it happens to me, and it is very, maybe Dr. Derek has answer, but I know that is difficult. So most of the time, since I don't know them, I just put spam, and if you see spam, you just keep deleting or you don't answer. That's
yeah.
I will not answer. And I wanted to say something to Queen Violet when she stated that people or the cyber criminals, they keep sending notice. I have a note here. They said the phone number, which we know that if it is Maryland, we will know that is either 240 or 443. Mine is +63 968 255 2099. They said the Maryland Department of Vehicle. Final notice, enforcement penalties begin June the 30th. What did I do wrong? Now they want me to pay. They gave me a link to follow. Do you think I'll be stupid to follow? They are playing over my mind. And that is what is happening. These criminals are doing everything to you and I to hurt us. So we should be very vigilant to know what is going on and do not click on anything if you don't know those people. But if they say that, let me say, I am the one that sent it to you, call me first. I beg you. Don't listen to any of them. Don't pick up any phone that you don't know, because I will not. Thank you, Dr. Derek.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Derek, how are you today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Just been a very long frustration week. Yesterday at the DMV and again today at the DMV, and I just got back exhausted, and my wallet is empty. The- I was there yesterday, it was too hot. I stood on the line, got tired, and left. So I went back today. They said, well, because you're late, you should have done it yesterday. So we're going to charge you an extra $180 for not being here yesterday. So it's life. Um, I was there yesterday. There were about 200 people ahead of me, another 200 behind me under the sun. My skin could not handle it. My daughter and I, we finished all the water we brought and we had to leave. It's okay. It's all right. It's oh they so yeah, but everybody else stayed and you chose to leave, so you're late. You should have been here yesterday by before midnight. It's okay. Um, sorry I'm late. That's why. That's where I was. Just got home. Baking hot. We're doing okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Benny, thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. Um, no, when I think of all the cybersecurity friends and colleagues that I have, everything you do is what they do with us. And refresher training on a regular basis. And everything you say, I don't click without asking. When in doubt, don't touch. And that's what has helped me. But recently, because I refuse, because Jim, he's working more, I chose to withdraw from that side and I'm doing other things. So I don't get a chance to do my regular briefing like every 30 days, and every 30 days you take your test and then you do your cyber training and all of that. So I don't do it as often as he does, but he helps me and we talk about it. The reason I wanted to talk is because I went through a series of things which could help Queen Violet. Uh, Last year, March, I had an email saying that my cloud was out of space. I didn't understand cloud because I just got new device, I just got a new phone, and I didn't see why. As soon as I turned on the phone, they're telling me that my space was out of whatever. I went to the phone company, they explained to me that the phone comes with 15 gigabytes of storage, and the photos I had increased it to about 30. So if I did not get more, I would not be, these images would not be stored in my cloud folder in case that device is missing and I get a new one, I wouldn't be able to retrieve anything. But if I have my cloud storage, I will be able to retrieve everything that was on that device. So Queen Violet, I listened to that and I said, okay, this is from the phone company because I have it synced into my computer and my computer is Apple. In At that same time, I got a notification from Apple saying my storage is full. They're giving me an introductory fee of $49 for the first 3 months, and then after that, it'll be $9.99. And I went ahead with it, of course, and I forgot. So this year, my credit card was compromised, which is what I saved there for the monthly deduction. And when I went to check, I realized I was not even using up to 40 gigabytes of storage on the cloud, but I was paying for 2 terabytes. So when I got the email, instead of me deleting it, I went to Apple and I asked them, can you verify? I did not open it. I didn't touch it. Can you verify? They just said, okay, from this address, if you see HTTPS, whatever they were telling me, it means it's genuine from Apple. So it is genuine. It's because you had a storage and it expired, or the card that you were using, it can no longer be charged. That's why the email is coming to you. What did I do? I looked at it and I said, why are you charging me for 2 terabytes? I'm not even using up to 50 gigabytes. I said, I need a refund. I started screaming at them. So to make a long story short, I had a peace of mind that after all the years of training on how to deal with computer things, I was still feeling insecure. But I went to the right source and they were able to identify the issue. Now they downgraded me back to where I should have been paying 49 cents, right? They're telling me they cannot reimburse my money retroactively. So I say, you're thieves. I always call everybody that steals from me. I just tell them, you're thieves. You're just robbing people of the little income they have in the name of it already happened. Why were you selling 2 terabytes when I didn't even have up to 50 gigabytes? So, Queen Violet, to add, I don't know how your proximity is to if you have a regular computer, if you can go to a computer store or Best Buy in Canada or one of those places that have these gig squads, they'll just take a quick look at it. And those kids are so smart. They know what to do to block those emails from coming in. Because while I was at the Apple store, I also showed them other things that were coming in. It does not matter how much I unsubscribe. When I do unsubscribe, more come in. So I chose not to, and everything has been fine since the day I walked into the Apple store till now. So you might want to consider Queen Violet for trying the Geek Squad people that deal with all those things, and they diagnose things and tell you this is not. Queen
Okay,
Benny is doing okay, but always go, an in-person feedback will also be very helpful.
thank you
Sorry,
very much. I'll
you're
do
very
that
welcome,
tomorrow.
Queen Violet. Dr. T, sorry I missed your talk, but they're talking about Dr. Derek. I heard him talking about counting 77 times.
Yes. You have to ask Dr. Derek about that.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
didn't I didn't want to miss the webinar. I know I came home late, but I didn't want to miss, so I'm sorry I missed your presentation today.
Well, the title of my presentation is 8 ways to be happy and be your best authentic self. So
Thank
that's what I went over today.
I'll
And
listen to the I'll listen to the
yes.
YouTube. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. That'd be great. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. Thank you that you can join us. Thank you.
Home is home.
Yes.
Back to you, Queen Dr. Benny, and thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. You are so good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen Debbie. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming to support our Queen, Dr. T. Ford. Thank you so much. I want to thank each and everyone. And I believe if Dr. Derek is not around, we are going to ask our Queen, astonishing Dr. T. Ford, for you know what to do, right? For
Yes.
your closing remarks.
Thank you so much. And
Yes,
thank you
please.
again so much for, just allowing me to
Aslında
share
devre
this.
aslında.
And I really do appreciate that very much so. Um, for the sake of Queen Debbie, if you don't mind, I would like to just do a brief recap of what I shared. Again, Queen Debbie, the title of my message was 8 Ways to Be Happy and Be Your Authentic Self. I shared 4 ways to be happy and be your authentic self. And the first one was number 1 was start with self-awareness and not rebellion. Number 2 is understand that people's opinions are often about them and not you. The other one is practice radical honesty with yourself first. And number four, create more than you consume negative factors. So those are the first four that I shared. And when I get a chance to share again, I'll be sharing the last four. So again, my topic was 8 ways to be happy and be your authentic self. So my closing remarks are simply this. Not caring what others think isn't about shutting the world out. That's not what it's about. It's about letting yourself in. It's about choosing authenticity over approval, clarity over confusion, and peace over performance. So here's your reminder: you don't need to be liked by everyone. You just need to be free enough to like yourself. Those are my closing remarks.
Wow. Oh man, I love it.
Thank you.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, my queen.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it. And Queen B, the reason I said to count to 77 is for persons who speak before they think. If you speak before you think, then one of the ways that my great grandmother Dingy tell us to, you know, um, to do it is count to 77. By that time, your faculties and so on will calm down, or will be able to think a little bit more properly, and you'll be able to address whatever you are addressing, if you need to address it anymore. Because sometimes you really might not need to address or to ask or to comment on whatever you thought that you need to comment on. All right. So that was how the 77 came. Count to 77. Um, and that is all of us. All right. Beautiful. And so thank you very much, Queen Dr. T, for that wrap up statement and for listing the first four that you went through. If it's just for Queen Debbie's sake. Thank you very much. And so over to you, First Lady, Queen Dr. Benny, for your closing.
Thank you so much, King Dr. Derek. This topic was about the 2024 mobile application security threat. Now, the landscape of the mobile application security in 2024, which has already passed, marked by the rapid innovation. It heightens the threat awareness and a growing emphasis on the privacy and trust. Now, with cyber threat becoming more and more complex and mobile apps serving as a gateway to sensitive personnel and corporate data, the security can no longer be afterthought. Now, a proactive layer of the approach leveraging the technology like artificial intelligence, the biometrics, and the zero trust, as well as secure API, which is application program interface, right? Is essential in order to protect you and I as users, right? And the data. As the regulation tightens, the user's expectation, it rise the most of the essential app. And when I talk about the essential apps, with those that will prioritize the security as what? As a core features, not just the compliance itself or the compliance requirement. Now, the future of this mobile app security, it lies in being what? Vigilant. As I keep telling us that we have to be vigilant, adaptable, and deeply integrated what? Into the development of the life cycle in order to ensure that users like you and I remain safe in an ever connected world. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you for listening.
Really appreciate it. First Lady Queen Dr. Benny, thank you ever so much for that closing remarks. Really appreciate. Beautiful lady. And Queen Dr. T, thank you very much. And everyone who commented, really thank you. And thank you very much, Queen Debbie, for gracing us with your lovely, beautiful presence in spite of your challenging day, 2 days. All right. And so at this time, we are going to, pull the curtain down on another one of our wonderful deep dive, globally changing lives. Remember that our sister platforms, we do have Queen Dr. Yvonne and Queen Yvonne Finn, the Yvonne duo. That is every day, every weekday, I should say, Monday through Friday, at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can join them. Also, on Thursday morning, you definitely have Oh Passion, Singapore and Malaysia, with none other than Queen Dr. Debbie, Queen Dr. T, Queen Debbie, and firstly Queen Dr. Benny. And also, deep dive will be on Thursday once again. And come Sunday, we will be also having Dream Team at 12:45. So join us on one of our sister platform, or come back again on deep dive on Thursday, and we will have a wonderful presentation. There will be going to be a wonderful surprise change. Hold on there. Hold on. I think I did get a message, Hold on, let me see if I did get a message. Did I get a message? Oh, if I got a message. When was the message? Let me see. Hold on. Just bear with me, people. Today is what? What day is today? Oh, today is the first. Oh, today the first. Oh, sorry, no, I don't want it yet. Okay. All right. Welcome, Dr. P. Um, thank you very much for joining us here on the closing moments. I really appreciate you also. And thank you all for joining us on this wonderful deep dive, globally changing lives. For the persons that are on our YouTube, whether you're live or you will be otherwise viewing it, the quietness of your time, we will thank you for you know dedicating the time to grace us with your presence on Deep Dive. And so at this time, we're going to transition into the wonderful after party, which will be, of course, conducted by our very own Queen, Dr. Nadu. So, as we say, so long, and catch you later on the YouTube channel. We do hope and trust that those who want to join us on the Zoom, or those who are remaining on the Zoom, will rocking and rolling to Queen Dr. Nadu. Take care, those on YouTube, and see you on Thursday.
Good night, everybody.